Case Study 0009, Halloween Night. A crazed man flees from an asylum and heads to his family home where a riotous Halloween party is in full swing. Okay. This week we've got a content warning. The movie has a depiction of SA in the first 2 minutes. If you plan on watching the movie, I would advise skipping ahead, whether you would find this triggering or not. So, Dustin, how are you doing?
I'm feeling a little, in danger.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was rough. I'll give you, it was a little traumatic.
Big time.
Yeah. How are you faring since the watch?
Well, I can tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
I recently brought a new chair into this house. It's a chair for my wife. She's a smaller person, and it's got a little bit of a lower weight limit. But but I have elected to sit in this chair because there is a chance that it may break during the recording and impale me, and then this film and this podcast will be my lasting legacy.
Or you just have a really interesting proctology story.
Not to a proctologist, probably not interesting, right? Same thing every day.
It was 1,000,001 shot, I swear to God. Dustin, can we talk about how a specific main character should be dead with all those burns and scar tissue and the fact that he doesn't have skin covering his face?
It is strange because he's like cowering by that. I don't want to get too far into this right off the bat, but it doesn't look like he would be injured that way. What?
No. He was pretty much behind anything that was spraying hot stuff.
Wouldn't you fall down if you were shot and sprayed with hot steam? Or you
no,
just
you
saying
would
that?
keep your face right in the steam so you could get the full effect. He was considering it as a spa treatment,
it was a spa
I'm
day.
assuming. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's like when ladies get their vaginas steamed. What's that called? Goop?
Gooped. You going to get gooped. Yep, I think you're right.
Tell me. Oh, wait. One of my... okay, so all this traumatic stuff happens, and that was like 20 years earlier. I don't remember how many years earlier. And the first shot in present day... I looked up, like I was writing notes, and I looked up at the screen, and the first thing I see is closed captioning, and closed captioning says, "Stupid guy yelling." That's it.
I also watched
and
this
it was
movie.
accurate.
Oh, yes. I watched this movie with the closed captioning, and it was often wrong. And that's how little care was taken, but it was also often funnier.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The person doing the closed captioning was like, I think I can punch this up. Might be able to salvage this.
He had notes. Okay, so they're getting this house ready for its present day. And, oh, wait, did they already go to, like, present day insane asylum that would not exist in present day? Or was this after?
It may be in between. But either way.
Okay.
Either way.
Okay, well, so they're decorating the house for Halloween because it's going to be a rager because they're in high school and they've rented an Airbnb or somebody's house. Or somebody's rich or has very loosey-goosey rules parents. I'm not sure which it is.
No information is given on that topic whatsoever.
You get, like, the Scooby Gang pulls up and they're like, oh my God, this is going to be so fun. And there's two obvious lesbians there. Mm-hmm. When I say obvious, it's because they're super hot teens that are like holding hands.
Oh, yeah.
And the one guy calls them the Melissa Etheridge duo.
Yes. There's a little bit. Yeah, there's some things in this.
It hurt my heart.
Yeah.
Oh, a couple. There's a couple things.
There's a few things.
There's a couple. But they're setting up for Halloween, and the one guy, I wasn't going to bring this up until later because that's not until later in my notes, but Beanie Guy, I don't remember. Is it Dave?
I do think it's
guy?
Dave. Or Daryl. No, Daryl or Dave.
I think it's Dave.
There's definitely a Daryl. There is a Daryl.
Is there?
I swear to God, there's a Daryl.
I believe you, but I don't remember. I don't remember names ever in these movies. But Dave, who I later termed Entourage, because I've never seen any episode of the show Entourage, but I fully believe he encapsulates every single character of that show.
He embodies the energy fully.
Thank you.
Yes.
I just needed that validation.
1,000%.
And from now on, he will be called Entourage by me.
You got it.
Okay, thanks. He goes, whatever, I'm just going to build this drawbridge because you guys don't know how to build a drawbridge.
When you said they were setting up for a Halloween party, what you meant was someone was holding some cardboard on some steps. That was it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Mm-hmm. There was a banner that said Happy Halloween or some bullshit. I don't remember.
It was along those lines.
You know what? I got to be honest with you. I had the full-on flu and a fever and was nauseous the whole time I was watching this movie, and my notes are confusing.
And when it was over, you felt better immediately?
Yeah, I was like,
you were cured?
Maybe I'm not sick. So you're going to need to fill in a lot of holes for me because my notes are like, what's that dude talking about?
Okay, I'll try.
That.
I've seen the movie 2.5 times.
See, the way you talked about this movie, you had seen it like 20 times. But
No.
2.5?
2.5. No,
right.
This movie, I had not seen it before we did this, just to be clear.
Oh, are you kidding me?
No.
You made it sound like you loved this movie.
Fuck no. This movie's garbage.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that because I was starting to feel guilty about hating it so much.
Continue. Well, there are moments that I have to admit I truly I love, but in a The Room kind of way, in an asylum kind of way, you know?
Right, an asylum. Yes, absolutely.
I'm in a safe place. I feel.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so Entourage and I think Todd were like having a heart-to-heart about a friend of theirs who was suicidal, but then it turned out to be like, we gotta really fuck him up now that he's suicidal. Like I was confused by the conversation. I didn't know if they were like, we gotta help him out, he needs some friends, or if they were like, let's make him shit his pants until they are full. I was totally confused by that conversation.
And it never comes up again. It is not a plot point. It is not.
And I don't even know who they were talking about because it was like never brought up again.
Well, most of the dialogue is mumbling, just repeated phrases and aimless words. So I don't blame you for being lost.
Yeah, and lots of like slang that's not real slang that anyone's ever said.
There's a really good one. I don't know if we're there yet, but there is. There's an amazing one where a guy says, that's Christopher Vale. He sent a couple guards to the casket.
I don't remember that at all.
He sent them to the casket. So good.
He didn't kill him. He just, he showed them the way. There was a trail.
Mm-hmm. The casket. It's a bar and grill just downtown.
The coolest bar and grill, by the way.
Honestly,
and
I would go there.
Hell yeah, if there's a place called the Casket, they're going to have the best music.
We can't release this. We should just do the casket.
Wait, like, you want to start a bar and grill with me? Because I'm all for it.
The casket. We did it already.
Yes.
It's happening.
Oh. And we only play Joy Division.
Sign me up.
Sorry, nope. Okay, all right.
No, I'm into it.
That pause made me think that you were not into it, but okay. So everyone's settling into their rooms because there's like 1 billion bedrooms in this mansion in the middle of nowhere. And we get this lesbian scene.
Oh my God.
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if this is like, what's the word I chose? Great representation of lesbians. But you know what? We get titties, so meh, you give, you take.
I thought the scene was going to, it almost seemed as though they were going to try to be legitimately sweet and have a real romance. I honestly thought, oh, is this going to be them? You know, the one is nervous. They're trying to, you know, they're just getting to know each other still. Maybe this is the first time for them.
Sure.
But the camera constantly cutting back to the tits.
Titties.
While they're saying nice things to each other, the camera doesn't want to see that.
No, they don't want to have like the real relationship of like, you know what? Women aren't all about titties.
No.
But they are, because this movie says so.
You're right.
As the movie went on and towards the end, I was like, oh, I get it. Men wrote this movie.
How long did it take you?
Way too long. Remember, I had a fever, so you have to give me a break.
Amazing.
We get some vague exposition by Entourage.
Yes.
And he goes to pick up his college roommate, who I will from now on be calling Fonzie. Because he was really cool. He had a fake leather jacket that was obviously brand new. He smoked, and he was in a band. And they're going to get like signed.
Big time.
Like for sure.
Yeah, that guy even recognized him. You know how he knew him? By the jacket.
Because he was like, wow, that's so weird that you're wearing a brand new jacket. It's like you've had this for like a day. I've never seen a brand new motorcycle jacket.
Yeah. Ridiculous. Also, there was a moment when the main guy, I already forget his name, D name.
It's called Entourage.
Entourage, right, Entourage, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He goes, oh, I got to go pick up Daryl. He's probably lost. Daryl was on a bus. He's not lost.
He probably figured he was walking around town trying to pick up chicks and like hitting jukeboxes and stuff.
His whole thing.
All right. I think the next thing that happens is we're riding down some highway with Todd and his girlfriend.
Oh, yes. Roadblock.
Does she have a name? What?
There's a road. They're at the roadblock at this point, I think,
I
right?
thought you said Roblox. You know that awesome online game, Roblox?
Todd's girlfriend's name is Roblox. Okay.
This shit writes itself.
It's canon. So they're stopped at this, quote, roadblock, which is a unmarked car in the middle of the street.
And he's got illegal weapons in the back seat, and she's checking him out. She's like, "Whoa, these weapons are really cool." And he's like, "It's okay, I know how to use them." "Oh shit, cops, put them away. Those are illegal in this state."
I believe the line was something like, "Babe, if there's one thing I know, it's how to handle medieval weapons."
I don't know if that's true, but it is.
It's close to that. Are you saying you don't know if it's true that he can handle them, or if he said that?
Both.
Okay.
So they get pulled over at this roadblock, and the cop shows them a picture of Chris, who I don't even have a clever name for, because Chris is just so clever on its own. And she says exactly what I was thinking. "Oh my God, is he alive?"
That was a laugh out loud.
No, they're looking for a dead guy that's walking around. If you see him, let us know. And then the next thing in my notes, I don't know why it's in again, fever. Sweet, I gotta take a shit. I'll talk to you later.
I wrote that down as well. The phone
I
call.
don't remember what it is.
I believe the phone call goes, "You're not going to believe this. This guy escaped from prison. Cool, man. I gotta take a shit."
Yep, that's what boys do when they talk on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, guys, I got heavy diarrhea. I will see you later. Maybe. Okay, so then we go back to Todd and Roblox.
Okay, I have to admit, I love the setup of this scene.
Oh, me too.
I truly loved it.
It was great.
Hysterical.
But my favorite part was that the windows are down and her hair is blowing everywhere, and she has really glossy lip gloss, and her hair is just sticking to her lips.
Oh.
And it's so gross, and I hate it, but I totally know the feeling. I'm just like, somebody just make that not happen because it's making me uncomfortable. So they pull up to a gas station. They got to get gas.
Mm-hmm.
And there is like so much old, like small town shit going on in that gas station. Like those gas stations only exist in these movies.
It reminded me a lot. I mean, if you want to take this movie seriously for 2 seconds, that wasn't a challenge, by the way. You shut up and listen. It did remind me a lot of Halloween 4. There's a gas station scene where Dr. Loomis shoots up a gas station, and it's incredible. But the point is, Halloween has a history of gas stations. Also, 2018, the Halloween 2018 has a gas station scene where he drops the teeth.
Oh, so you're saying...
Yeah.
You're saying this movie is canon with all the other Halloween movies?
I'm saying this is a Halloween knockoff, and it got some...
No, that's not what I heard.
I'm trying to say that it did something maybe correctly. It did do something almost correctly.
Woo! All right. You heard it here first. He makes it canon. Okay, so I'm so excited because Todd goes in the bathroom, and you know exactly what's going to happen when he goes in the bathroom.
The killer's going to be in there wearing a white polo. When you're designing your killer, you really want to consider all options.
I guess that was maybe an orderly's uniform, but I mean, I don't remember the uniform at all. So that could be true. It could be bullshit. I don't know. But also, maybe make it Scrubs. Maybe make it a little less preppy and a little more creepy and make it Scrubs.
It's
crazy.
It's that easy. It's that easy.
I mean,
it's that easy.
It's delicious, seasoned, perfect. But in my notes I wrote, fuck yes, please kill Shaggy.
Now, whoa, I called him Shaggy too.
Because he looks like fucking Shaggy, and they weren't even trying to hide it.
He's wearing a green shirt.
Yes, he's got shaggy hair, and he's an idiot. And that costume, BT Dubs, the mask was beautiful.
It was.
It looked like there's a lot of effort put into that. Everything else looks like he got it at Garden Party Warehouse. Like, there's no way. It was like a garbage bag with scallops on his shoulders. No, if you're going to do that, do the rest. Like, I expected his cape thing to be made out of, like, tablecloth vinyl that you get at the Dollar Tree. I don't know. I was not feeling this, like, amazing costume that everyone was so excited about.
But those weapons, man.
Yeah, it's all about the weapons. So there's a kerfuffle in the bathroom, and Shaggy's trying to play cool. He's like, he knows who this guy is because he saw the polo.
His trademark?
Yeah. He was like, oh, that's a really great costume, dude. Oh, yeah, it's cool. And then I think he drops his box or something, and Chris picks up like a garden hoe or I don't remember. It was one of his really cool medieval weapons. And he's like, "Oh, it's cool. Just give me the weapon." And you know what Chris did?
He moved weirdly.
Yeah.
Looked at him.
You know what he did after that?
Looked at him for a second.
Yeah.
Rocked the shit out of a white polo.
Oh, yeah, he did.
And then
he gave him the weapon.
Oh, he gave it to him.
So, Chris, he's like, I'm a genius. I'm going to wear this Halloween costume and go to my old house or whatever. And his girlfriend's like, wow, you look amazing. It's weird that you're wearing the mask right now when you have to drive, but okay. And I couldn't find anyone to pay, so I guess it's our lucky day.
That made me go crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You don't just be like, oh, I guess someone could be in the break room. You're just going to fucking leave?
I think the implication is that Chris has killed the attendant.
Oh, that is absolutely the implication.
But the movie doesn't give you any of that.
No. And as the woman Roblox, you should be looking around for someone to pay. You shouldn't just be like, there's no price tag, so it's free. It's tee-hee. Fuck you.
Leave some cash on the counter, if nothing else.
Exactly.
This is your PSA.
You're not just like, it's our lucky day.
Did you notice when the killer gets back into the car, on the back passenger or on the back the driver's side, there is a huge dick drawn on the window. Did you notice that?
No. I missed that.
I think it pretty much sums up the whole movie.
I don't think anything could better sum up the movie than that.
She also Roblox also did not notice that the killer's eyes were not the same color eyes as Todd.
Maybe she's neurodivergent and she never really looked in his eyes.
I didn't consider that. You know what? I apologize. That was insensitive.
You don't have to be ableist. Yeah. So they start going. They're like, all right, let's get to this party. We got shit to do.
Well, first you see the killer learning how to drive. He's behind the wheel for the first time ever.
Oh, yeah. And she's like, he's trying to start the car and he doesn't know what he's doing. And she's just like looking at him like, what the fuck? And it was the weirdest. It was such a weird scene because she was just like, is there like supposed to be tension? Is she questioning? Is she like, that's weird. Todd doesn't usually start the car like that. What is the question? Like, are you not going to say anything? Like, you obviously have some concerns.
Yeah.
Are you trying not to be a nag because you're a girl and girls are nags?
This is the moment when I realized this was written by a man because it's as though he kills her because she won't stop asking questions.
You are getting ahead of yourself because I really need to talk about this killer who is like straight from an insane asylum, murdered probably a handful of people before he gets in this car. This girl gets in the car, not talking, and all I want to know is what he smells like.
You gotta know.
There is no way he has a decent smell to him. Even if it's not horrible, it's not great. You know he has a weird smell to him.
There's no denying it.
Thank you. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. He kills her. And you beat me to the punch, but basically it is a lesson to all women that A, don't second guess your gut. And wait, what did I call that? B or A?
You said, I believe that was A.
I'm dehydrated and I drink some wine. Just shut up. And B, don't be a fucking nag because that's how you die.
It's how you die.
Especially when your boyfriend smells weird and won't talk to you. Do not nag him.
Rules to live by.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My fever dream notes are so I could just like read them off and just they would make me happy. Funny, he doesn't usually start the car like that. It's like a coffee commercial from the 60s. Anyway, so now we get back to the place and what? Oh yeah. Okay. So I don't even remember how they get there. Like it seems like it takes them forever to get to that house, but we're going to cut back to the party. And there's a troll. He is a super fun guy dressed as a troll, and he's going to ask riddles to people that want to come in the house.
Classic.
And so classic. And you know what? I got to admit, his costume is pretty spot on.
Possibly the best mask in the movie. Possibly.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. Like, yeah.
There's one mask at the end that I like, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
If it's the one I'm thinking, it's my favorite.
Yes.
So he has this super clever riddle that he asks everyone, and he only has the one riddle that he asks everybody. And it's like, get it? It's about dicks. But guess what? Here's the trick. It's actually about a key. Who cares what it is? Because it's stupid. And then we get to inside the house. The original group that went to the house, there's a nerd on a computer because that's what nerds do.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea what he was doing. I don't remember. You got to help me out.
I believe he is looking up the killer. I think that's what he's doing because he provides some information later. Because that's the talk of the town, man. There's a killer out there.
It was?
Yeah.
Did he get stopped by the road trap, whatever?
I think, was he not the one on the phone and said, I have to take a shit? Or was that a different guy?
You're asking the wrong lady.
Listen, man,
you know what? I got to take a shit and I'm out.
You know it's time to hang up. Also, I don't know who says it or who they say it to, but I wrote down in my notes that someone greets someone by saying, "Hey, what's up, penises?"
That's my next note.
Yes.
And you know it was Entourage because he's the only asshole that would do that.
Absolutely. You're right.
Oh, okay. So everyone's all dressed up in their like medieval, because the house is so beautiful, like a castle. So everyone's like a king, a queen, a other fancy person, and the nerd is the jester, obviously, because he's a nerd.
Yep.
And Entourage comes up to his girlfriend, who is obviously dressed as the queen. And he says, what is he? I don't know. It looks stupid to me, but I thought you might like it. And he like gives her this necklace.
I believe he also says, I don't know, I found this in the house. I don't know. Yeah. You can have it.
I thought you might want it. I don't know. I think it's stupid. Because I'm a straight man and I don't like girl stuff. Okay? Did you guys hear me when I said that? I said I don't like girl stuff.
Not interested.
It's stupid, this necklace.
Also, I thought you were going to go a different direction. You were describing the other guests. All the medieval wear. There's all these medieval people, kings, queens, jesters, and a man wearing a Don't Mess with Texas shirt and some American flag shorty shorts.
What? I totally missed that guy. I didn't see him at all.
He's the king of the party.
Actually, I think I saw him as the cops like made everybody leave, like going down the stairs. I think that was the first time. But I didn't write any of that down because I was like, oh, he's a Texan for Halloween? Cool.
That's right.
So they have to make a grand announcement. The party is about to start because we're super dope and we have to announce when a party starts and make you guys wait outside. What shitty host. Like, just come in, have a drink. But so then the troll guy's like, I have a riddle. And everyone's like, you're going to ask us all the same riddle? Like, we can all hear every... Dude, poor planning. And then they start talking about how they should have planned that part better. And it was like a 3-minute conversation about how they didn't think that through.
Way too long.
That was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie because it was so interesting.
It's called improvisation. Ever heard of it? I doubt it.
And then we get to, let's see, that one guy remembers his jacket because it was brand new. Okay. Todd pulls up. Not Todd pulls up. Chris pulls up in the costume, and he like blocks the dude who remembers the jacket from pulling out of the car or the driveway. And he's like, bro, get the fuck out of the way. And Chris is like, I don't understand your weird human language because I've been in an asylum for years and I melted or something. I don't know. But he comes up and he kills him, obviously, because that's what he does.
Do you remember the plot reason why that guy was leaving?
No. Why was he leaving?
It, again, Entourage, embodying Entourage. He says, he says to that guy, you remember you were gonna sell me that stereo? You think you could go get it? I want to have a private room upstairs. And, there's no music in there, and it would be really cool. So would you go get it right now?
Right. I mean, yeah, the party just started and your house is like 3 hours away, but is that cool? Can you go do that? Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's totally awesome. I'm in high school, so you can walk all over me. I hate Entourage. That guy and the show that I've never seen.
Amen.
So Chris murders this guy, right? Did you notice that this guy that got murdered, his mask fell off? And Chris kicks his mask under a car, like, I don't want anyone to see this bloody mask. And then walks over the corpse of the guy he just killed in broad, like, so everyone can see this corpse. I was so confused by that. Like, why are you kicking this mask?
And I believe he throws the body right next to the steps in some leaves. But on top of them, not under them. He doesn't make really any attempt.
No. It's natural. He died of natural causes.
Yeah, no one's going to suspect anything. It happens all the time.
It's the forest. That's what happens.
These are the laws of nature.
Cut this out, but my next note is, what's that all about? Nope, I had no idea.
I'll remember.
So Chris hides the guy he just murdered by stepping over him or something. I don't remember. And he's like, I'm going to go up these steps to my old house. Hurrah. And he is met by the goblin or troll who has a riddle. But Chris, he is traumatized by riddles because his dad used to ask him riddles all the time. Right? I'm just making this up. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. Totally. Yeah, totally.
Okay. So he gets murdered, and that's where he gets like placed gently in the leaves.
Oh, that was who it was. It wasn't the car guy. You're totally right. I assumed they're both.
No, I
leaves.
didn't. Yeah, well, I mean, gravel, leaves, same thing.
You can assume.
I only know
about
this because of my
notes. People say you should never assume. With this movie, please assume.
With Asylum in general,
assume.
You have no other cards except to assume.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris finds Entourage's girlfriend, and he's like, I'm going to murder you. Wait a minute. Is that my mom's necklace? You must be my mom, because that's how it works.
I believe her name is Shannon.
The girlfriend?
Yep.
Can we give her something more fun?
Necklace lady. I don't. We'll come up with something better than that.
Jorts. This movie is going to be a very short movie if he keeps killing everyone so quickly.
He kills two people just like in the mudroom. Like not even. He just walks in the first room. Yeah. Two guys dead. No one notices it the rest of the movie.
Okay, it's about this point in my fever fog where I'm like, this guy did not have to be a villain. He started off as a victim. He escaped from the place that I'm assuming was abusive because it was a full-on insane asylum. And he could have just been like, all right, I'm going to go try and be a person now with my melted face. People are accepting. People understand that people have disabilities. This was a totally fake disability with just a big latex mask, but still. But instead, he's just like, I'm just going to murder people.
Mm-hmm.
No rhyme or reason. It makes no sense. But also, I'm not a psychologist, so what do I
Well, I can give you the movie. The screenwriters gave you the answer if you want the answer.
I do.
There's a line, and it's very soon. We're like at that moment in the movie where he says, it's not about medieval decadence. It's about psychological horror.
Yes.
There you go. It's a psychological thing, man.
That was like the only thing that I was on board for. Like, give me psychological horror. This movie was not that. This movie was the antithesis. Thank you. Of psychological anything. This is just a slasher movie.
Mm-hmm.
Which, fine. That's fine. Don't try and make it pretty. Because it wasn't.
No.
So, Fonzie comes in as like, he's like, okay, here's my trick. Here's like, I'm supposed to come in and be like the weird bad guy. And here's the prank. And they get in a fight. And everyone's like, oh my God, we don't know who he is. And he's gross and he's fighting. Oh. And you know what? Teenagers, they love fights. If I know anything about teenagers, they fucking love fights.
Top 10 things. Fights.
Oh, and I totally forgot that, like, at the beginning, that Entourage was talking to some random guy about uniforms. I was like, I totally blocked that out. And then that guy he was talking to came in as a cop, and I was like, oh, it's part of the prank. He's going to pretend to, like, do something. I don't know. But he just looks like a stripper cop, so I'm like,
yes.
Okay. And then, like, he leaves. He leaves, but since the nerd is smart because he's a nerd, ladies, gentlemen, others, nerds are good people, and you don't want to disrespect them. He called the cops, the real ones, right?
Yes.
Did the real cops
show
up?
A real cop shows up who looks much more like a fake cop than the fake cop. And he looks like he wants to... And he looks like he wants to do sex with everyone in the room. Everyone. The looks he is giving, it's gross. It's grosser than all
It is super gross, and that's why you know he is a legitimate cop.
He's got fingerless gloves. He's looking at everyone like they're a piece of meat. It's terrible, and I hate it.
It is disgusting. But the grossest part is that clip-on tie was not even fastened to his fucking collar.
I noticed it too.
It was like hanging off. And I was like, was that a choice? Because it's really blaring.
Yes.
It can't not be a choice because it's gross.
Also, when the cop tells everyone to leave, there's like a single juggalo in the corner. I don't know if you noticed the juggalo, but the cop tells everyone to leave, and the juggalo politely goes, all right, and just walks out the door.
To be fair, they're very accommodating.
They can be. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Wait, does the fake cop take Fonzie? Is that what happens?
No, yeah, the fake cop did. And when they were leaving, Fonzie said, he goes, anyone tries to follow me and he's dead. You got that, copper?
Wait, who did Fonzie take with
Fonzie
him?
took,
the cop?
No, Fonzie took the killer. Fonzie took Chris.
Okay. Oh.
That's what happened.
Okay. Okay, that's right. Because then they had that weird, awkward conversation where Fonzie was like, nudge, nudge. It was crazy, right? And Chris was like, you know what's crazier? I'm going to murder you, like, right now.
With a seatbelt.
And he did.
Well.
Oh, that's right.
Because, again, he's asking too many questions. He seatbelts him, which he passes out, and then he lays him on the ground and then stabs him with a sword. All right, fine.
Yeah, that's what pissed me off about that scene, is that it was so fucking clumsy. That's your first go-to, is the seatbelt to make him pass out.
We also didn't need to kill that character twice.
No. I could have seen him dead a few more times because I hated him so
agreed.
much. But that's me.
Gesturing is good on a podcast.
Shrug is what he said. Then I wrote down, when women say I hate men, they mean Entourage. We all hate him. I can't even... I refuse to believe that this guy is such a good actor that he has gotten me to hate him, and that he's just a horrible person being himself in this character.
I think truly, yeah, if you want the real answer, it's that he's terrible, and he's not acting, I don't think.
I feel like I've seen him in a bunch of stuff, and he is like the same exact... How would you know if I've seen him in stuff? But has he been in other shit? I feel like he's been in... He's like the shitty best friend in every pilot sitcom that doesn't get picked up.
I hope he's not. I looked him up and I don't remember anything I saw.
Really?
Yeah, I blanked it out.
I usually look that up, and I don't know if I had a fever. Theme of the show, I had a fever. What I noticed was back at the house, they're like having a meeting about what's going on. I guess they may have discovered that Entourage was an asshole. Surprise, surprise. Yep. And they're all in the kitchen, like talking, like, we gotta, and what's going on? No idea what that conversation was, because I was like laser focused on the wall behind them. It was a wine rack, and every bottle of wine was Charles Shaw from Trader Joe's.
Are you serious?
Yes. I was like, that is totally fair, and that is my house. I get
Amazing. It. I did not notice that. It's so funny.
I see wine, I'm going to scoop it out. And my next note, ... more titties.
Okay, you're talking about when they're in the basement?
Nope, not yet. I don't think so.
I think so.
Nope,
no?
Because because the lesbians were like, hey, Entourage, do you mind if we take that room? Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah, ladies, go do it.
He did not.
No, but basically it was gross, and like he was very innuendo, and I hate him so much. Mm-hmm. Oh, and the other thing I noticed, anytime...
I can't wait for you to say whatever this is. I can't wait.
I hate it so much. Every time the two lesbians were in a scene alone together, acoustic guitars.
Oh, yes.
It was like, we're going to call them the Melissa Etheridge duo, and also make sure you never forget that.
Never.
I
Till the
hate
day
it
you
so
die.
much. So many titties. There's a little bit too much. The one who's like
timid.
I'm to what?
The one that's timid.
What bothers me is the one that's not timid, who's like, I've been a lesbian since I'm 5. let's see those titties, and like a little bit too much coercion for my liking. That's when I was like, oh, this is what men think lesbians do.
That was the moment.
That was the moment. Before it was like, yeah, that doesn't seem right. And then that happened and I was like, oh, men suck. The lesbians were making out, and it reminded me how much I loathe the sound of kissing in movies or shows or whatever. It's like you could be eating pudding with your mouth open and it would be the same revulsion for me. I have such a harsh misophonia reaction to any mouth sounds that I was just like, I can't, no, this is gross. And I feel like the coercion and the mouth sounds were all done by men. Men are the worst. Entourage edited this movie and he wrote this movie and I hate him.
I can only agree with all statements.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Next scene is when the two random people are doing it in the basement.
Oh, you mean Kim and Charlie?
Yeah, Kim and Charlie. Yeah. How could I forget their names?
Kim seemed to be, she was given some very specific direction on what to do with her arms. I don't know if you remember, but
nope.
she was doing this thing like, they were out like this. I don't even know. She was going, yes, like Matt Berry, yes. It wasn't quite, but
right.
It was terrible.
What?
I couldn't stop looking at
it.
It was so strange. It was so strange.
Yeah, that was another. I mean, I feel like these kind of movies maybe just bounce the script off of a woman, just like maybe just one read through. Just
Hang
like
on. By bounce the script off a woman, do you mean slap her on the ass with it when she's leaving the room?
Obviously. What else would I possibly mean by
Just
that?
wondering.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. So Chris goes in and kills her, and I was like, yeah, fair. She was being really obnoxious and loud. Then we cut to, I don't know her name, and she's in the bathtub, and we get more mouth noises from this huge, like, church bake sale bar that she's eating off a plate. And it's giant. She's like, this is so delicious. Oh my God, it's so good. Someone said something and she's like, fuck you, I'm eating, whatever, I'm taking a bath. And the next shot of her, like the entire gigantic, like 5x5 bar is completely disappeared. And she's like licking her lips. She's like, oh my God, this is the best. And that grossed me out so hard. Just the fact that it was like something my grandma would make. And then she ate it in like one swallow.
In the tub, in her own filth.
In her own soup.
Also, the way she is shot in this scene is the worst. It's so not flattering to anyone. Why would they shoot anything like that? That up from the waist just so we get the nipples, but it's so bad. It's the worst. It's the worst.
It's so great because you get nipples. End of sentence. Like, that's all they were going for. There's no... You know what? I hate this movie, but it's got some good points.
Yeah, it's got some good points. It's got valid points. You got to hand it to him, though. Say what you will about Halloween night. But...
All right, Nerd's back, and he's on the computer again. God, nerds love computers, am I right?
It's because he was denied access to the shower with Tracy. Tub Girl.
Oh, that's
maybe we shouldn't call her Tub Girl. Tracy, the bathtub
Why?
lady. Do you know Tub Girl? You might want to cut this out. Don't Google it.
Yeah, educate me. I'll cut it out if it's gross.
It's the grossest thing you've ever seen. I can't believe you've not heard of Tub Girl.
What?
Okay. Do you remember like...
I'm bated
you'll
breath.
You'll love this. Okay. Do you remember like Lemon Party? Mm-mm. Do you remember meatspin.com?
I am old as fuck, so
Listen,
you have to...
No, you can't use that. No, you've been on the internet the whole damn time. Just like I have. So listen, there were these things you would say like, hey, search for Tub Girl and look at images. And you would get, or like Goatsy. You must remember Goatsy.
Wait, was that a horror thing?
No.
Then no, I don't know what it is.
It was a man doing something to himself. I can't believe you don't know these things. They're the gross. I know you love this gross shit. It's the worst. Tub Girl is, and I haven't seen it in 10 years or more. Mm-hmm. It is a woman in a bathtub full of what appears to be shit, with a fountain of shit shooting out of her and going all over herself.
And this is like a thing that everyone but me knows about.
I truly think so. Ask your friends. Ask your local clergyman.
Hold on, I gotta make a few calls.
Okay.
Cut this out, cut this out.
I can hold.
All right, I'm back. So Tub Girl.
We should act like we don't know what that is. Just keep calling her Tub Girl.
That's the plan. So Larry is looking at computers because he's a nerd. His name is Larry. I just realized that I wrote that down.
It is Larry.
Is it Larry?
Or it's Larry or Todd. No, Todd's the one who's Todd's gas station shaggy guy.
Yeah. I'll never forget that because everyone keeps like Todd, over and over and over and over and over and over and over. I can't ever forget Todd. But Larry gets murdered because he found out the truth, or he wrong place, wrong. I don't know. But my question is, why does Chris? Why is it, first off, the most boring name ever for this guy?
Hang on. Do you want the reason for that?
Why? Yeah.
We got Jason. We got Michael. We got Chucky. And now, entering the pantheon of greatest slashers of all time, you know him. You love him. It's Chris.
Okay.
I'm so sorry for interrupting you.
I appreciate that because I needed that knowledge, but it also seems way worse than Michael or Jason. Because Chris, it's like Christopher Robin or...
Christopher Robin is your go-to Christopher?
I don't know any other Christopher
Robin.
I do, but...
That was my Winnie the Pooh? I've never tried it before in my life.
Well done. All right, so Christopher Robin kills Larry, and he hides him though. That was like the first victim that he hid.
You actively see him pulling him through a door, yeah.
Yeah. But why though? But why does he care? I'm asking you a genuine question, and I need you to answer it.
I'm thinking because. Wait, do you want a real answer? No, you don't.
No, I don't.
I don't know, because this movie decided we needed to see that and fill out 15 seconds of time.
There we go. So Tub Girl is like, oh no, something's happening and I'm scared. So she puts a chair up against the door. So
she checks under the bed. She puts a chair up against the door.
Did you not notice that she put the chair up against the door and it would not matter because the door opens the other way? Absolutely, I did. You know, if he chose to open that door, the chair would just fall. It would not help. And I don't know if that was, a choice. Like, this Tub Girl is an idiot. Or let's just go with that.
Well, then she gets back in the tub.
Yeah, because we need to see titties. From
that weird angle.
There were a couple weird angles, and it was just like, if you want to see titties, you're going to have to deal with the angles we give you. It's like when, before the internet, from what I've heard, boys would go through Sears catalogs and look at bras. If you want it, you got to deal with what you got.
Yep.
Thank you.
No comment. Everything you say is true.
Thank you. I need you to talk to my husband about that. Next up, we have Shannon. Is that her name? Entourage's girlfriend?
Correct.
I don't remember why or how. Do you remember how she got tied up? Like, she was like, hey, Todd, what are you doing?
She walks in. She's 4 feet from who she thinks is Todd. And she's like, Todd!
Yeah.
Todd! She's screaming at Todd, who is standing over a naked woman, obviously dead naked woman. And I believe...
As you do.
Does he just hit her? I think he just hits her with something and she gets knocked out. I believe he hits her with a blunt instrument.
Yeah, and there's a real like, ooh, did he kill her? Or is she just knocked out? But she's just knocked out. Because she's all tied up now and she is awake. And it's that one scene in Saw where he's like, you got to get the saw or the phone. But he could clearly reach one of them and then pull the other one to him. But that's never really ever mentioned or tried. So they're like, oh, you're all tied up, but you could probably reach your phone with one of your hands, but I'm not going to tell you which one. You got to figure it out. And you don't. And then there's titties because we go back to the lesbians.
Oh, big time.
And, oh, yeah. And so they're like, actually, there's no, oh, yeah. I don't remember. All I have is the lesbians take care of the shit that the men couldn't take care of as per usual.
They beat the shit out of Chris.
Know.
The one...
Oh, that's right.
The coercive one beats the shit out of Chris.
That's
they take
right.
It's like, at first I'm like, is this the best scene in the movie?
No, for sure it was.
She's solving the problem. It was awesome to see. She keeps kicking him.
Yes.
He doesn't know what to do. He is just on the ground. He can't handle this awesome lady.
It was great. And then he killed her.
Yeah. No, okay. I want to talk about that kill. I don't know if you do a best kill or if you care about that. I don't know if you've really done a slasher yet, but this is definitely the coolest kill in the movie. Do you remember what happened?
No, remind me.
Chris pulls this giant wooden clothes hanger out and he holds it.
Oh, that was a good kill.
Over his head like this. He holds it and then he grabs her with his hand and pulls her into it with her eye. Yeah. I have never seen that before. I gotta say, good kill. Very cool. Yeah,
no, for sure. That was bananas. Yeah. I was like, ooh, a hanger. They're doing like some sort of abortion thing. I don't know what's going on. And then like he put it over his shoulder. It's like, oh shit. Oh no, that was a great
That was
kill.
Really good. Like way better than this movie deserves.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like I saw that and I was like, no, this doesn't belong in this movie. That was way better than this movie
fucking cool.
ever should
It's
have.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was not only a hanger, but it was like a dull wood hanger. Oh, yeah. She has no eyeball. It went straight through her occipital thing. Yeah, so that happened.
It seemed to me like it could have been... I thought they were going for a Halloween reference because at one point Jamie Lee Curtis stabs Michael Myers in the eye with an unfolded like wire hanger, pokes him in the eye, and I thought, oh, is this some weird reference to that? But no, not at all. Totally unintentional, I'm sure.
I mean, I can't give them credit for anything. That I would like to. I love them. But I also hate them, so what are you going to do? I don't...
The next scene, I can help you. The next scene is David finds a gun in a drawer. He makes sure it's... You probably didn't even see it. It's like for 2 seconds. He opens a drawer. Oh, there's a gun. He finds the gun. He grabs it. And then as he's walking to try and find Chris, he walks past the computer screen, glances at it for a second, and delivers this line. And I wrote it down. I think this is verbatim. Oh shit, Chris Vail used to live in this house. That's just peachy. That's sweet.
Okay. I wrote down that exact quote and I had no idea what it meant.
He literally is walking off camera as a throwaway line. Oh, by the way, this is pertinent information. Very important to the story. I'm just going to quickly give it to you as I'm walking across camera. No big deal. Just throw this out there.
Because he thinks he's so fucking cute. I fucking hate this guy so much.
We're breaking all the rules, man.
I hate him. Okay, so I wrote finally down. So somebody must have... Something happened, but I don't know what it was. I guess Chris goes back to Shannon and he takes I was like, just take the necklace. We all know you want the fucking necklace. Just take the necklace. Or breastfeed or whatever, because it's, there's some weird mom thing going on.
That was not set up until this.
No, it was set up before. Where he was...
When?
Yes. At the very beginning when he... when he first sees her and the necklace, he was like, I'm gonna... He's like revving
I thought you meant
up
with
to,
the
like,
mother.
Murder. Yeah, I am, because of the necklace.
Yeah, but it's not sexual with the mother until the end.
Oh, I mean...
That's what that's what I thought you were referring to, because it does seem like there's something going on. When he's got the knife, and he's rubbing the knife all over her for a prolonged scene. It's very strange. I don't like it. And he starts having flashbacks of his mother. And there's one where she just smiles at him. And then there's a closer shot where it cuts to just her and she goes, Christopher? And she's like looking at him seductively and it's like zooming in on her cleavage almost. Like there's something going on. Like maybe she was abusive as well. I don't know. But that's what the movie implies for 2 seconds. Out of nowhere.
This movie implies a lot of bullshit and a lot of time, and I don't care for any of it. Mm-hmm. So what happened with the necklace and Shannon? Like, I didn't even write that down.
He just recognized it, and that's why he didn't kill her. And that's what made him remember his father putting the body behind the door, boarding up the door with the smallest...
Where did he get all that lumber?
The smallest planks of wood I've ever seen. And then...
He was like... Oh my God, I was just about to build a bar, but this is going to be so much easier for me.
He puts
I'll just stuff this corpse in there.
The thinnest wallpaper of all time to disguise this door.
It was wood grain wallpaper, so it's wood on top of wood.
And there's clearly the outline of a door frame. You can't hide it.
No one will ever know. Wink!
And then the father... is going to shoot Chris and instead shoots himself. And I don't know I don't know if you noticed this, but but the blood spray appears to come from his ass. I rewound it 3 times. It does not come from, we could not afford a squib, we couldn't afford anything like that. We're just going to shoot something from the floor up behind him. It truly looks like it's coming from his ass.
I did not at all notice that. And B, I'm so happy you rewound it 3 times to make sure.
I had to make sure. It's like he swallowed the bullet, it went all the way through, and then shot out the back.
Maybe it was just a lot of beats and he had diarrhea. Who knows? But my question is, he went to a lot of trouble to hide that woman's corpse. Yep. He like built a fake wall. He wallpapered. It was like a whole Bob Vila thing. And then he just kills himself. Like if you're going to kill yourself, just kill yourself.
Like that's the reason you do that. So you don't have to board up a door.
Thank you. Like you don't need a plan if you're going to be dead. Yeah. No plan is needed.
It was just poor planning on his part.
Apparently he's an idiot. That's all I'm saying. He's an idiot. And Chris has poor genes, I think is the problem.
But he has a great polo.
Oh my God, the best.
I can't stop thinking about it.
So white.
And his weird movements, like, is he... I don't even know. His whatever they told that actor, he's got strange... Have you seen the movie Mac and Me?
I feel like I tried to watch it 2 years ago, and I was like, yeah, I don't need to do this.
Chris Vail has the body language of a Mac and Me. 1,000%. The whole family standing there going like... It's the weirdest thing.
Yes,
it is
absolutely.
So
I do remember that, and you are completely correct. He moves like a bad marionette that might be a puppet that someone's in. It might be a costume. No one knows.
That's what he looks like, a melted Mac and Me. I just solved it. That's it.
Yes.
Look it up.
A very tall Mac that's melted.
Yep.
And then one of my favorite parts happens. Oh, wait. One note. Whatever happened to Clip-On Tie Cop? He was going to do stuff, and did something happen and I missed it?
He's in the end.
He
comes back, yeah.
He does?
Yeah. You mean? Wait, do you mean
what?
The friend? Because he was killed.
No. I'm
the
talking
real
about
cop? He's in the end of the movie. We'll get there. We're almost there.
Oh, my God. My next note in my fever dream was LOL. She shot Dave.
She sure did. She sure did.
God bless
Did you
her.
notice his little movement before she shoots him?
He sat
He's
up.
holding his mother's body, and then he appears to go, I'm tired of this. Puts her down and just kind of goes, nah, and then she shoots him. Like he just decided, I'm going to change my life. I'm going to turn things around. I'm going to become a productive member of society. I'm going to go to college.
I'm going to go to... That's what I was going to say. I'm going to go to community college for communications, and I'm going to get my life together.
This is it.
I'm going to take this world by storm. I think I'm confusing a bunch of different stuff in that scene because I thought that, like, no, you know what? It was how it was shot. It was shot
poorly.
Confusing
It's
as
very
fuck.
bad.
Because it was like Chris was holding his mom, and then, like, the next scene is a body bag sitting up, and then she shoots the body bag, and we all assume that it's Chris, but then well, I don't remember why, but they open the body bag and they're like, oh, you killed your girlfriend, you fucking idiot. I mean, your boyfriend, you fucking idiot. And and then the best part of the whole fucking movie. I will. There's a lone man walking down the highway with a mask on. Not any mask, but a child's handmade paper plate mask that just happens to be upside down.
As referred to earlier in the show by me. 100%. That is the one I was talking about. The best mask in the film.
I know it was.
The best mask.
I know it was, because it is the best mask that's ever been made, and it wouldn't have been if it wasn't upside down. And the best part of that is a guy pulls over and he's like, hey, bro, need a ride? Like, yeah, you look totally normal and totally cool and not like someone sketchy that I shouldn't let in my car. Nah, come on in. Guy with upside down paper plate mask.
Did you note anything about the man who picks up Vale?
I just figured he was like a weird hippie. I don't know.
No, he is a man in a convertible wearing a U.S. flag hat, no shirt, and a big old mustache. And he's like, hey, buddy, hop in. Looks like you had one hell of a Halloween night.
That's right. I went to a crazy Halloween party and I'm just so hungover. Oh my God. Can we get like some greasy food or something? I am wasted still. But you know what? I feel kind of weird. My makeup's all crazy. So I'm going to leave my paper plate mask on upside down. So I hope that's cool.
I think, doesn't he take it off? I think he takes it off because he's like, fuck it, I don't need this. He thinks it's a Halloween costume. And then they drive away. And it's the slowest. It's just a camera on the road for, I didn't time it, but it feels like 15 seconds or more.
Oh my God, 15 seconds. It felt like 15 minutes. I was like, my last note is that last shot was unnecessarily long. Did I miss something? Did something happen and I just like looked away from it for a second? Because it went on for fucking ever.
It did. And I have to show you something. I didn't have it prepared, but it'll take me 2 seconds to pull it up.
That's all right. I know how to edit.
Okay, good. I'm not a big fan of editing, so I apologize. I watched this, like I said, I actually had to watch this a few times. Had to. I watched this a few times. And so as those credits were rolling, I was watching this, one of the times I watched it, on my phone, on Tubi TV, the best.
Yeah.
And when the movie starts to end, you know, it'll recommend you the next thing to watch.
Yeah.
Take a look and see what it recommended to me.
Oh, I can't
Look
wait.
in your messenger there.
So, how was Shrek Forever After?
Why the hell would it do that? What is this algorithm?
He's obviously a misanthrope who, misfit. Is misanthrope even the right word? He doesn't feel like he belongs, so he... Bro, I don't know.
I think you got there.
Oh, thank you. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So I have to say one more thing about this movie before we stop talking about it.
No, please do.
I was just telling my wife about this movie because she also likes terrible movies. And I was describing the general plot, and I mentioned that it was a Halloween movie, and that one of the key plot points was that there was a medieval themed party.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What was it called?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's called Halloween Night." And she's like, "Oh, like night with a K?"
How did they miss
How
that?
did they miss that?
Oh my God. How did we miss that?
Well, I mean, that's what the movie should have been called. I just blew that.
All right, I'm calling it right now. Every episode, I'm going to take my guess, and we are going to write the script for the movie it should have been. We might have to retitle it to Halloween Night with a K, but it's gonna happen. All right,
you got it. Share me that Google Doc. Let's go.
Dustin, I am so sorry, but thank you.
I also apologize, and thank you for having me.
What do you have that's going on that you want to tell people about?
Well, I do a podcast.
What?
I do. It's called Nerds, Geeks, and the Kitchen Sink. It's about like when the new Marvel movie comes out or when the new video game comes out. Right now, it's going to be Deathloop. That dates this. When the new pop culture thing.
Wait. What's Deathloop? I don't know what Deathloop is.
It's an interesting. It's from Arcane. Have you played Dishonored or Prey?
Yeah.
It's from them, and the whole thing is like you're stuck in this time loop, and you're this assassin on this island. It's kind of like it seems a little bit like BioShock or something like that. It's got this like sort of 60s vibe going on, but you have to kill a certain amount of targets before the day resets. But it like takes a while. You have to like gather intel and like figure the game out. I'm still very early on, so I don't know. I don't have a lot to say yet, but it's interesting, and I think I'm going to like it a lot. So that's worth checking out.
Okay, cool. Thanks. I just wanted information, and thank you for giving it.
But yeah, that's called Nerds, Geeks, and the Kitchen Sink. It comes out every 2 weeks. It's mainly just me hanging out with my friend Chris, talking about the new stuff. I also do electronic, kind of like horror, goth, synth stuff. You can get that at dkreft.bandcamp.com. I don't know. It's all right.
It's so good, and I will put that in the band notes. It's
thank you. I should have I think I have an
welcome.
EP coming out maybe October if I can get it done. I'm not sure yet, but
dope.
That's it.
That's
That's all I got to say.
Oh my God, that's all you're doing? Just kidding. You know what? We need to... You and Chris need to make a pilgrimage. That's not the right word. You guys need to make a trip up to Chicago. I will book a theater for the three of us. You guys do an episode of your podcast, and then we'll do an episode of my podcast, and it will be so fun.
That's the dream.
Dude, I'm all about it. I got like 4 theaters in my back pocket.
That's amazing. That is.
Ooh, let's do it for my birthday.
For your birthday? I'm actually going to be in Chicago next month for a show. Taking my wife to see a band she likes. Okay, I like them too.
Oh, yeah. When's that going to be? Maybe we could like pull something off.
Yeah, maybe it's going to be tight.
Yeah, I don't really want to see.
No, I'd rather not. To be honest, no, that'd be cool if we could, but I just don't know what the. I would love to if we could make it work, but.
Okay, Dustin. Again, thank you for joining me. I know it's been rough. But I really appreciate your time, and I hope that you will consider joining me again very soon.
I can only say thank you. Also, why did you do this to me?
I'm sorry. I know.
I'm so conflicted, but I would come back anytime.
I mean, to be fair, you're the one who chose this movie, but also you knew what you were getting into, but also I'm sorry.
Thank you.
All right, bye. Thank you. I love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining me this week on the Asylum Case Studies. Special thanks to this week's guest, Dustin Krefft. Please check out all of his links in the show notes, and to a very handsome Andy Slater, engineer and mixer extraordinaire. Make sure to visit our website, asylumpod.com, where you can find my link tree to subscribe on any and all platforms so you'll never miss a show. And while you're at it, if you found mild enjoyment in this show, I'd appreciate a rating on iTunes, or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help me out too. Unless you're going to be a dick, then no thank you. I'm Tressa Slater, and until next week, I'm dead serious.